Hi friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm Katie. Today I thought it would be fun to do actually maybe a couple days worth of planning and journaling with me in my B6 common planner that I'm using in like a Midori Hibino 2 pages a day style. I've been doing it for about 3 weeks. I do have a video where I was kind of talking about it. And I really love it. And I thought it would be fun to do a plan with me. So this is going to be a very segmented in terms of filming video because it happens during a lot of different points in the day. So let's get started. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. It's the first day of my work week, Tuesday, because yesterday was Memorial Day. So I'm going to start and fill this out. I just got to rearrange my camera real quick. All right. I don't know about you, but I actually can't write very clearly on an straight. I need to be on an angle. So this is my go-to pen. I've been using it for all of the sidebars on both sides. I just like taking that element out of things. So this is my Esterbrook Esty in Sea Glass. It has a Pen Realm Reverse Architect medium nib with a needle point grind on it. That means that it writes really thin on the forward, and you flip it over and you get like a cool architect style on the reverse. You'll see that in a second. And it's inked with like just a custom sepia mix that I made from an Octopus Write and Draw set of inks. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, but that's my go-to. So on my B6, what I like to do is go 3 squares over and 3 squares down, and I write events with the reverse of my nib. So this is the architect. Architect means that it's broad on the side stroke, and all right, and then I put the timeline down the edge. I go from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then on the other side, I like to go, there's Sterling ink has a central dot, and I like to go 6 over from that. And I've started, this is recent, I've started doing weather. And then I skip 4, and then I do intention. And then I skip a few. That one's not usually very precise. And then I put tasks. And then again, from the bottom, 6 over, up a few, and I write tomorrow. And that's the basic structure of everything. We'll go in and fill in a few of these things. The first thing I like to do is I put a date stamp here. I like to have a pencil board and then my blotting paper underneath of the page. I use the Versa Magic. This is the black ink. I don't have quite a sepia that I'm looking for, sadly, but the black doesn't look too harsh. The reason I don't use black on the sidebars is I found it a little harsh. I don't know that on camera you're gonna notice the difference, but in person it's just a little less aggressive. All right, I didn't get a perfect stamp there. That's pretty normal. And then I've started stamping the weather if the weather is something that I have a stamp for. Let's look up what the weather is supposed to be today. Partly cloudy. All right, let's find a stamp for that. I'm pretty sure I have a Planners Anonymous one. Yeah. Here, this is from, what is this one called? Holiday Getaway? Maybe? Not Holiday Getaway, just Getaway. I think. I'm rusty. I used to know all of these by heart, but there's starting to be so many of them that it's hard to keep track of anymore. And so I just put that there like that. I usually stamp off the excess here on my blotting paper because morning is not a time to be like getting out more stuff. I'm already getting out this much stuff. And it's supposed to be high of 71 and a low of 51. For my Celsius friends, it's a very nice day, not too hot. Okay, that's what we've got so far. I usually do fill in a little of what's happened already. Not much so far this morning, but right now we can write film and with me. And then I gotta think about what my intention for today is. Sometimes I pull it from, you know, what I wrote for tomorrow, but yesterday I did not write a tomorrow. So let's see. This is kind of a centering experience for me here in the morning to like think about what my serious goals are. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy plane tickets. I've been putting off buying plane tickets to a trip that we're doing in July, and it's like gotta get done. So buy plane tickets. Yesterday I did like the research, and today is the day to like actually make a decision and buy the ones we're going to buy. And then let's fill in some tasks. There's some I know off the top of my head that are always on here. That's my 5-year journal. My journal, which is this. I'd like to do some steps. And then I know I need, so we haven't talked about this. I've repurposed my weekly layout as kind of, it's back to tasks and stuff, but it's actually very much at the moment, like a meal planning kind of layout, because I think I'll do a separate video on this, but because it's very easy for me to kind of like lose track of where we are and what we need. And so today I need to make a grocery list and I need to go to the grocery store. And honestly, I need to put this information in my passport planner because this is stuff I'm going to be doing from work on my way home. So that's really the right planner for this, but I'm going to put it on here anyway. It helps. The more times that I write it down, the more I remember. All right, I've paged through. The other thing I need to do is, well, if I don't go to so I can go to the grocery store either today or tomorrow. Whichever one I don't do, I need to do an Amazon return, but I need to do the grocery store. So I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna put down the video game that I've been playing because I know I'm gonna play it. And it may as well be acknowledged in my mental map. And so this is usually all I do at this stage. If I already have something I want to journal about, sometimes I do start, but not always. I kind of like to start it in the afternoon when I have a better sense of how my day has gone and any themes that are developing so I can decorate accordingly. So I will come back when I get to that stage. But today what I'm going to do is finish out last night so that I can close yesterday out, and then I need to do my 5-year journal. And that's it for the morning. All in all, I'd say maybe this takes about 30 minutes, but it's a nice thing to do with my drink before work, and sometimes I don't get to it, and that's fine too. So I'll check back in with you later this afternoon when I come back, or the next time I touch my daily spread. All right, I'm back. It's 7:30 p.m. which is not usually when I come back to do these kinds of things. Usually at around 3:30, 4 o'clock, I've come home from work and I'm ready to do a little decompressing and get like the rest of my day going. And that's not how today went. Work was exhausting. I was there later than usual. I came home and I crashed, and then it was dinner time, and here we are. So, I thought about just scrapping this footage, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think. We'll work it in. What I'm trying to decide is, do I want to journal tonight? I've skipped very few days in the time. I think there's maybe one where I did what I'm thinking about doing. Let's see if I can find it. Where I just like added another day. That's just that I misdated it. Those were misdates. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I had, but maybe not. It's not important. Oh, here. I just added another day. And that's what I'm thinking about doing. I could journal about today, but I don't know that I have anything I want to say, and I don't know that I really want to spend my time doing it. If I were to decorate, I'd be like picking really big stickers. I think I'd rather just do tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like commit. So we'll move our date, and I'm just gonna add tomorrow because things don't always go according to plan, and that's fine. There we go. It's official. We could probably add the weather if we want to tomorrow as well. I'll probably check back in with you tomorrow when I do it, although there won't be the whole setup. We can mark off a few things. So I didn't do my steps, but I did do the grocery lists, and I did go to the grocery store. I have not bought the plane tickets yet. I'm hoping to hear back from my mom on a couple questions because I'm meeting up with her. And so I have a few logistic things. So that could still happen tonight, or it's definitely my intention between today and tomorrow. So we're just going to leave that. There's not really too much to say. I'll find a way to work both of these in for tomorrow. But I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. We can go check in on my weekly. So I think I mentioned that this is mostly like a meal planner at the moment. I said I was going to talk about this somewhere else, and I probably will, but we'll talk about it here too now as well. I didn't go to Aldi, I went to Kroger, but whatever. Do I want to do a smoothie? I don't think I do. I did clean the blender, which is nice. So, and I have a lot of the same information marked in several different places here. Anything else I can update? I think that's it. So the rationale here is that I hadn't been using my weeklies. I never filled this one in. I missed 1, 2, 3, and then, so I did 4 days of nothing. And then, as I mentioned before, even the ones I was doing were like mostly backfilled. And so when I moved to this layout here, and I was putting that information in the sidebar instead of on the weekly, I was just leaving those weeklies blank because I don't really have a lot of patience for, despite what you see, for repeating the same stuff. But last week I decided I needed a place to kind of brainstorm and brain dump food related activities. So the way things work in our house is I usually cook about 2 meals a week in bulk, and we eat them for lunch and dinner all week with a little bit of like going out to eat or whatever to break it up. And that's a good system. It works well for us, but what can happen is that I don't always know when those bulk meals are going to run out, and I can sometimes be caught off guard and not prepared for what we might do when there are gaps. And then the other thing I wanted to is there's some stuff about bread baking here too. There are some baked goods that I want to get back in the habit of making, but that require some forethought. You know, I like to do the like artisan bread in 5 minutes a day kind of style of bread. So it doesn't involve a lot of work, but like it's better if I start it a couple days ahead so that it has time to do its little yeasty thing, and then there's time to like pull it out and let it do its final rise and whatever. It's easy, but if I want to bake bread on Saturday morning, I'd prefer to pull the dough out on Friday night. But on Friday night, that's not how I'm thinking. I have such tunnel vision about like getting through the week and whatever, and it's very easy for me to forget that. So I needed a place to like brainstorm and to just like work out some of those thoughts. And I had these unused weeklies, so I decided why not? They're not exactly like the glorious weeklies that you know, just feel like such a beautiful journal thing, but I've got the paper. I wasn't using it. I may as well. In the future, if I decide to go, I want to go back to the more elaborate weeklies, this is the sort of thing that can totally move to a different system, one I don't keep long term, but I'm not ready to go back to those other weeklies yet. So I'm using this here, and then I have a list, like a non-day specific list for home stuff and a non-day specific list for other things to keep aware of. I was going to put headers in. I will at some point, but I haven't yet. This is not like a fill it all out at the beginning kind of planner. This is a go. I've just penciled in how long I think things will last us. And then I ink them in when I'm more sure. So like we finished the broccoli rabe and pork cheesesteaks today, so I know, and that's why I went to the grocery store. I still have the meat, so I was going to make a different style of sandwich, which is why I went to the grocery store. So I knew we were still having a kind of sandwich. I didn't know what. I think we're going to do kind of like a bulgogi kind of styling, but now I need to fill that in. But I don't know if I feel like cooking tomorrow. We have a frozen pizza, so tomorrow might be frozen pizza, and then we go into a sandwich, or not. So we'll see how I feel there. So it just helps me stay on track. And then the other thing is I subscribe to a local farm. It's and except that it's not like a subscription. It's not a CSL. It's CSA where they just deliver a box of predetermined things. I get to order every week and they deliver. And so that's just starting. This is the first week. And I need a place to keep track of that stuff too. So like every Saturday, my window to order opens. It closes every Tuesday, and my stuff gets delivered on Thursdays. And I need a place to kind of see and remember some of that and brainstorm it. So that's what's going on here in my weekly. It worked well last week. I don't know if there's anything permanent about this. We might get into a rhythm and I might not need it or something else, but it's working for me for now. So that's what's going on. I'll check back in with you tomorrow morning maybe to do this, but at the very latest tomorrow afternoon when we actually like fill it in the way I didn't do it today. Okay, here we are. It's Wednesday morning. Time is so hard. But bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, maybe. Let's get ready for the day. So I did call my mom yesterday. I do have the information I need to buy these plane tickets. So I understand the intentions here, but I'm going to put it down. Buy ticket. And then the other thing I need to do today is I need to cook dinner with the ingredients that I bought yesterday. So those are the things I know are different today than they were yesterday. Chances of playing Baldur's Gate 3 today are not super good based on how I think the day is going to go, but we'll see. Let's see if there's anything else. Cook ingredients, yes. Order plane tickets, we've got. Oh, return books to UPS. We can do that. Let's Let's do UPS return, which does mean remembering to bring them with me when I leave this morning. I think it would be wise for me to go put those in front of my shoes right now. All right, this is getting to be laughable, but here we are. It's 8 p.m. on Wednesday the 29th. Here we are. I'm back at my desk. The day went some ways I didn't expect. We can talk about it here in a second, but we can go ahead and fill some things in. No steps, no buying plane ticket. I did cook dinner. I did do my UPS return. I might still change the sheets. That's still ahead of me. Let's talk about what did happen. On a whim, I signed up to give blood this afternoon. It was my first time, and I was pretty nervous about it. I was anxious because of the actual act of giving blood, but also I was afraid that I was going to do all the bureaucratic stuff and then I was going to get turned away for low iron or low blood pressure. And neither of those things happened, which is great. And I came home afterwards and I desperately needed a nap. So I took a nap and then I cooked dinner. I made Korean styled. Just trying to remember how wide this column is. Sandwiches, which turned out delicious. I already had sliced pork tenderloin. That was the meat. I made like a sweet sauce for that, and then I sauteed some bok choy with some garlic and ginger, and we put kimchi on it, and it was delicious. So that was great, and here we are. Is there anything else I want to say about my workday? I don't generally denote a lot of workday things, but my friend Elizabeth was at lunch, which was fun. She only comes in one day a week, and I got in early and ran the we'll call that a day there. I still want to get that plane ticket thing done. It's really weighing on me. I thought I had decided what I was going to do, and it was like the right times and the right price, and then I realized that it was a United flight, and the price I was looking at was basic economy, and that it doesn't include a carry-on bag, and it's a trip I'm gonna need a bag for, and so not like just a personal item, which sometimes I can get away with when I'm just like staying at my parents' house, and that threw me for a loop, and here we are. Anyway, it's time to decorate. So these are printable stickers that I actually had to do some troubleshooting with Lauren, but they're working now. These are from Nib and Fleur, and she makes the pretty stickers. I don't think I'm going to add any more tasks for today, so I'm going to put one of these here. It's just a matter of which one. I want to use... Oh, I like the colored ones. Let's do the purple with the green. I really like that. A little bit of overhang. And I find I love printable stickers. I find that they can be, for me, a very low stakes. So when I'm just like, I'm here, I'm exhausted, but I do actually want to journal today because, you know, I did some stuff. I faced some fears. I'm proud of it. But I don't want to spend like an enormous amount of time decorating. There are times when I do and I want to use like my good stickers. But today I want to slap some stickers on the page, and I feel less self-conscious about doing that if they're printable stickers. I have never repeat printed printable stickers from small shops. Not that I wouldn't, I just like never have. But there's still something about, it's because I have too many stickers already. There's not like time to print them. Too many stickers. I gotta find some washi tape for down here. Or I could do this book. It's from a different collection, but I'd kind of like to use it up. And it fits. Oh, but there's something, the stakes feel really low in printable stickers, so I know I can reprint this if I want to, and that helps me just like put it down. Okay, what am I going to write with? All right, this is my Visconti Mirage Mythos. This is the pen that goes back and forth to work and stuff with me, and my passport planner. I really like it because it's got a snap cap, which is what I need in that context. I don't usually use it to journal. I don't find that this engraved section is the most comfortable for long sessions. I have gotten better at holding my fingers above it. I tend to be a person who holds like as close to the nib as possible. I think it'll be okay in this context, but it's inked with like a gray, brown, purple color that is just a neutral I'm checking out. It might not be that different from this color here. We'll find out, but I'm gonna do a little journaling and I will check back with you in a bit. All right, so I've filled that in. I'll leave a little bit of space to do tomorrow morning for however the rest of my day takes me, but I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot more rest of my day. I think I'm going to watch a movie. But let's update my weekly and see if there's anything to do. So let's see, I did cook the ingredients. I don't think I want to do a smoothie. I like having smoothies in the morning, but I can't run the blender in the morning while my husband is asleep. So there's that. Tomorrow I need to pick up more buns. It would have been excellent if I'd remembered that when I was at the store the other day, but I didn't do that. And then one of these 2 days, I'll schedule it for tomorrow, but we'll see. I need to pick what meal I might want to cook next. In particular, one that can go in the freezer. And then the other thing is that I have bagel pickup at 9:30 on Saturday morning. There's a local place. I live in like a, cutesy college town, the kind of place where people start all kinds of niche businesses, and there's a guy who sells delicious bagels out of his side door, and I like to buy them, and so I have an appointment at 9:30 to pick up some bagels. What else? I will at some point have to decide how and if that affects my bread baking. I'm gonna punt on that for another couple days. I kind of need to decide by Friday, but that's still 2 days from now. The loaf I baked last Sunday is not gone yet. So we'll keep that information going. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. It's possible I don't need this section to be this long. I felt like I had a lot more last week. But it's a work in progress. We're seeing, I returned the hiking boots I'm not keeping. I still need to finish wearing the 2 that I'm trying to decide by. I have very weird feet, and so I bought 4 pairs, and 2 of them were an immediate no. Yeah. So that's what's going on here. I think I'm all caught up for the night, so I'm gonna treat myself to some water to build back up my blood volume. Obviously, that's just water and not blood, but it'll still help. And I'm going to take it easy and watch some TV. I'll check back in with you in the morning. I don't know when I'm ending this video. Maybe one more day. We'll do tomorrow. I still don't feel like I've done any representative days, but maybe that just means that my life is kind of changing and it's silly to assume otherwise. Should we put the stickers down? This is where they're gonna end up. I just don't really know where to put them. Put this little one here. Now that we know there's a gap there, we're gonna put this there. And we'll save the others for later in the week. All right, for real now. I'll talk to you later. Good morning, friends. It's Thursday morning. It's almost 7 o'clock. I did the basic structure without you here, but we're gonna do the weather now. It's set to be a beautiful day. So sunny in the 70s, low 70s, high of 71, which is perfect for what I'm hoping to do today. We'll talk about that in a second. So I've got that going. I was going to say it's the last day in May, but that's not true. May has 31 days, so got one more to go. One more, well, except that today hasn't really happened yet. I was going to say one more work day. There's something about short weeks that always makes me feel like they should be even shorter yet, which is always a little strange. So high of 71 degrees, low of 44. Wow, it's pretty low. We got that. In terms of intention, I am as sick of writing buy those plane tickets as you are about hearing about them. I'll put what I really want to do today is go to the peony garden. That is my real goal for the day. There's one not far from where I work. I'm hoping to bring some of my painting supplies and go and practice a little plein air painting in A, because I think it sounds fun, B, because I'm trying to practice some plein air. So in terms of tasks, every day is this 5-year journal. That is my journaling priority here in 2025 because I'm transcribing a couple years worth into a new book, and it's a project, and if I get behind, it's terrible. I'm almost done with the transcribing part, so at the beginning of August I will just be doing the 24 amount and no back like transcribing, which is really nice. I'd like to get some steps in. Failed to yesterday. Karyna told me not to because I'd done the I'd given blood. And so those are the basics. Let's just go ahead. I like to make small tasks. So let's do pack plein air. I need to bake a casserole when I get home. It's the pesto ricotta penne that I've been eating all week, but I have another container that's like just needs like the cheese melted and stuff. Oh, I usually play Baldur's Gate 3 with my brother on Thursdays, and that's confusing because it doesn't feel like Thursday. So that'll have to be after dinner if I'm going to do the plein air, although I might get into work early enough This time of year, I wake up really early, and because the sun is up, so I've been trying to go in early and finish my day early as well. So that could be compatible with leaving work, doing some painting, going home, playing with Nick. What else have we got here? Today's Thursday. Oh man, I need to buy buns. That's gonna be a hard thing to remember. In light of everything else, I need to put that on my work planner too so that I remember that. And I wanted to brainstorm what meals I'm making next week, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Today, I think I'm running out of time. So there's that. Let's fill in a little bit of yesterday after I said goodbye. I watched Bridgerton season 3. I did change the sheets. I need to wash the sheets I took off. I will need to remember to water plants. I did a big repotting of them last weekend. Hopefully they're happy. We'll find out. And I think I'm gonna just sign off for now, finish this last little bit of journaling, do my 5-year journal, and head to work. So I'll check back with you next time I'm at my planner. Hello friends, welcome back. It's 7 o'clock. I think I might name this video Plan With Me, in which nothing goes according to plan, but here we are. Better spirits today than some days, but there's going to be a lot of things that didn't get done. Did I go to the peony garden? Nope. I did not. I wanted to. I intended to. I was ready to. And I locked my keys in my car in the morning, and I didn't realize until the afternoon when I went to go to the peony garden. I can walk there from work, but I had my painting supplies in the car. So I went to go get them, and I realized that my keys were locked in the car. So then I walked to the bus, and then I took the bus home, and I also had to stop at the grocery store, and the whole thing took an hour and a half. It was a whole thing. But we will count that as having gotten my steps. I did pack my planner. Oh, I still need to bake that casserole. I'm glad I wrote that down. Baldur's Gate with Nick is happening just after I finish this. I did buy buns. So, you know, all things considered, could have been worse as things go. Let's update some stuff. So let's see. Locked keys in car. That's me checking how far over. Locked plus bus. Oh. And then the very notable news of the day is that that took a fair amount of my afternoon. I've eaten dinner, and let's see, at 7 o'clock I'm going to play Baldur's Gate. So that's where we're at. Let's put some stickers down. So I paged through, and I really want to do some Karyna Loves to Plan stickers. I think this collection, I could put a substantial debt in that collection, although I want to use a pink ink, which I could use with that, but I might work. This collection is called Hydrangeas. She paints these all herself. But there's also this watercolor Summer Blooms, which just has these, I have these pink flowers left that will match the ink I'm going to use. So let's see. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this in this big gap right now because I think it'll fit nicely there. And I'm right, and I'm going to put this big balloon once I get it up. So Karyna sells these as printables, and I print and cut them myself, but you can also get them as printed. You know, she will print and cut them for you, should that be a thing you wish to do. All right, sad little hydrangea here by itself. I don't really know where I want to put that. I might just combine it on this page. I don't feel like I'm channeling Karyna properly by not putting it on there, but at least we can celebrate a finished page. I don't, you know, put a ton of, like, the number of stickers I put, well, it changes. Some of that stamps isn't super high. Let's actually put a pink swatch here just to get our colors going. My favorite tip for getting things lined up on the edge here is to put page with some contrast underneath it, and then you can really clearly see where the edge is. And then I'm gonna put the washi, cut it here. There's a natural break. And put that here across the bottom, which is a place where I always end up with stickers. In this case, extremely crooked stickers. And then let's put some swatchy action on here. I like these hand-painted swatches, but this was when she was still using Tomoe River paper instead of watercolor paper, and I do find that sometimes it's hard to read things through them. More recent ones don't have quite so many hard edges, and then the like Procreate ones are smooth too. I kind of want the green though, and that one doesn't have quite as much contrast. So let's do that. And then actually, there we go. Yeah, I'll just take one of these double ones. I cut this too deep. What do I want to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, peony garden. The peonies are on their way out, so if I don't do this soon, I'm never gonna be able to this year. And let's do one more green one. I don't actually want green there. Let's put a blue one there. And I guess we can see. I mean, we can see through it. It's just a little harder. And then I'm writing, I haven't used this pen in a while. Well, until this recent inking. I'm writing with this Sailor Pro Color. It has a fine steel nib on it, very fine. And it's inked with Yoseka King Young Z red, which despite being called red is just like maybe my favorite pink ink of all time. I've used it before. Yeah, like this. It's super fun. This is Planners Anonymous Pink Lemonade. So that's what I'm going to write. I'm going to journal with. Let's look at my meal weekly real quick. I picked up buns. I have not meal planned for the weekend. That was always ambitious. Nothing else has happened. because I am a derelict person. That's not true, because I am a person who works full-time, and it is unrealistic of me to expect that I can do an enormous amount of things outside of that. That's me reframing. Is it working? All right. I'm going to do a little journaling and I think maybe close us out for the... So I'll come back once I've done a little. You can see it in here. But I think then I'm going to end the video. I think I've got enough days and footage and stuff. And I mean, I know y'all are invested in how tomorrow might go dramatically not according to plan, but we'll see. All right, so here we are, all journaled for the moment. I'll fill in some last stuff based on how the rest of my evening goes. But I think that's it. So let's see. I think we only accomplished 2 spreads in the course of these last few days. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. Hopefully you found some insight into what happens in my journal and my planners helpful or at least interesting. I really enjoy seeing what goes on in other people's minds and how they make the decisions that they make and what works for them and what doesn't. So I hope the same was for you. And thank you for hanging out with me. We'll talk again soon. Bye, friends.